Hi, my name's Aaron Cooper. I grow organic green beans for Harris Teeter. My farm is Cut Fresh Organics LLC, and we are located in Eden, Maryland on the Eastern Shore. This farm's been in my family since early 1800, and so I've taken a little over 100 acres and I've transitioned them to organic production with the National Organic Program. It means it needs to be 3 years with no chemicals, and then you're able to harvest certified organic vegetables or grain. And then we also have 10 to 15 acres of the machine-picked green beans. So we do 12 weeks of those. We do a spring planting and then fall planting. So by 12 weeks of pickings, I mean we do 12 different plantings. We'll do 4 plantings for the 4 weeks of June harvest, and then we'll do 8 plantings in the summer that are ready in September and October for 8 weeks of harvest in the fall. So when the beans are ready to harvest, we use the one-row Pixall picker that tows behind a tractor, and we pick those into a big pallet box, and then we will take the beans out of that box and run them on our grater table to take out broken beans, flowers, dirt, and any other foreign objects. And it's kind of the final inspection of the beans as they fall into the box. And then we put them in the cooler and do a forced air cooling, and then they're ready to deliver. When we harvest, we pull the Pixall machine, the bean picker behind the tractor, and there's a rider on the back of the machine that somewhat grades the beans a little bit as they fall into the pallet box to get out big pieces of trash, and he also levels out the box as we go along so we can get more in it. Picks one row at a time, so we have to line it up on the outside row of the planting. So each planting has to have a picking area around it with enough room to drive the tractor and the picker on the first row. And we keep harvesting around the planting essentially until we get to the final row and we're done. We bring the beans in from the field on the pallet box and we throw them onto the grater. It's a vibrating table. It actually moves the beans from one end of the table to the other, and they line up in these little tracks and they move down the table, and then broken pieces fall out or foreign matter out the little slots, and then the good beans fall into the boxes, and then I am the final inspector, so I'm still pulling leaves and other things that make it into the box out, so we have a good product at the end. The land we farm is somewhat sandy land, and green beans need sandy land to yield well, and their roots don't like a lot of water sitting around them, so it's good to have well-drained soil. We plant with a 6-row planter at about 120,000 seeds per acre is our target. Before that, we have a crop of Austrian winter peas we typically use, and we plow. That's our nitrogen source, and we put a potassium source down, a mine source of that. And then, so after planting, when the beans are big enough, we'll come in and cultivate with a 6-row cultivator twice. Typically, in a good picking, in an acre of beans, we are typically getting 100 to 150 bushels of graded beans in that acre. We have a pretty good climate for vegetables here on the Eastern Shore. We're close to we're somewhat moderated by the bay, the water temperatures, so in the early spring we can plant vegetables earlier and not run the risk of a late season frost. And also in the fall we can go a little later than other people away from the water with our plantings. Thank you for taking a tour of our farm. You can find our organic green beans at Harris Teeter stores, and please visit my website at cutfreshorganics.com.